Oh my god. Okay, anyways, enough of that. Oh, oh. Yes, okay. Okay. Guys, stop it. Did I make it better? Guys. Oh, ooh, I kind of made it better, oh my gosh. Today, I kind of want to make a cute little spiritual video because I've been very much into like my energy era recently of just kind of like focusing more on internally how we're feeling and less on externally what's going on. I think for me personally, I had been in a little bit of I wouldn't say depressive episode, but I've definitely like been having a lot more ups and downs than typically usual in the past like month and a half-ish. And I was just like, oh my god, like what's going on? Like
this is so like irregular and like this is not like
the 𝐸𝐻𝐸. There's a demon. There's a demon in my household, actually. Everything that I was doing in my day-to-day life was the exact same. And I was living the same lifestyle that I love, that makes me so happy. I was doing a lot of the same things that still were making me feel good. Like I was still going to the gym and I loved it. I was still journaling and I was still working my projects and I was still going to work and I was still making progress in the things that I loved. But yet this underlining feeling in the background was like, what's the purpose? I'm not that happy. I'm not really enjoying life. Like, kind of depressed, kind of annoyed. Like, and I was like, what is happening? So I kind of want to make a video on a lot of the things that I noticed that I was doing during that time that I think a lot of people fall into the trap of, that I feel like if we just had the simple awareness of it, we could really nip it by the bud as soon as it starts, and we could actually start to feel a lot better before things actually start to kind of spiral and get a little bit worse. So let's begin. Why don't we? Number one is kind of the awareness and the realization that I think a lot of people don't know, which is kind of shocking to me, but I think it's just like something that I think we all should know, is that holding on to so much stress, so much anxiety, so much negative energy will physically manifest an illness in your body. It will literally create autoimmune disorders. It will literally have the possibility of giving you cancer. And there is 1,000,001 studies on the fact that increased anxiety, stress, all this other stuff will deregulate your hormones, will make you feel like crap, will literally give you like horrible sleep pattern, like just all this stuff that, you know, is basic foundations to just us even needing to be happy is because of our health. Like, if you have no health, then nothing else really matters. Like, why are you sitting here worried about your 14th business and like the success rate of your retention on your video when you are literally in a hospital bed? Like, no. So I think really getting our energy under control is something that is extremely important in this day and age, because like I said, like a lot of negative things can kind of come out and spiral. For me, for instance, I have been so focused on my work and overpouring so much of my energy into my lifestyle and into my daily routines that I burnt the hell out. I was literally waking up at 6, going to school at 7:30 in the morning, going from school to grabbing a cute little lunch at like Panera or something, going from there to my job and not leaving until 10 p.m. at night, going to bed and waking up and repeating that for like 3 days in a row. Guys, I kid you not, I got sick. Literally, because I was overpouring so much of my damn energy and because I was exhausted by what I was doing. And that literally created a spiral effect of feeling worse, of knocking off all my routines, of eating junk food, and of doing all these things that like were habits that I built up over the years that I have not even indulged in. But guys, I have not had kettle corn in a movie theater in like 4 years. And I literally just went to the movie theater yesterday and I was like,
give me the largest you guys can give. Like, I want the XL times 4.
And I literally got a free refill. And I know that, like, that's nothing crazy, obviously. I mean, it is kind of crazy. But, like, I literally, like I said, have not had kettle corn in a couple years. And, like, the thing that, like, I almost haven't even craved junk food because I literally just built myself up to be that way. But, yeah, yesterday frickin' hit, and I was like, yes, 3,000 calories of popcorn, hit me, let's go, right now. No. That is very uncharacteristic Zachary stuff, man. So another thing that I think is extremely important is having some type of cleansing ritual in your daily lifestyle. Now, this can be a million things. A lot of people love to visualize the shower, kind of cleansing their energy and like releasing their negativity off of them. However, I think that a lot of times giving away your negative energy to sources like the universe, to God, to your spirit guides, to source energy itself, to literally whatever you genuinely believe in, is very beneficial. Because I noticed, and me and my friend were talking about this the other day, that he does not believe in anything like that. He doesn't really have a higher power. He doesn't even believe in like the universe or even like himself really as like energy or anything. And he felt like for his life, he was holding so much responsibility over everything. And it got to the point where he started to hate responsibility. He started to fear change because he believed that anything that would happen, he would not be able to handle it all because he is juggling 40,000 freaking things. And I stood there and I was just like, so I'm not trying to preach anything onto you right now. However, I do think it would be very beneficial if you believed in something that you could literally give these things to. That you could sit there and be like, universe, take this pain away from me. Give me guidance. Do me something that is going to help me and benefit me and put me on my highest path. Because if you believe that you feel like you have to carry it all the time in this realistic, sometimes dull and monotonous world, then you are not going to grow very much. You are not going to make it very far. However, if you believe that some limitless, spiritual, beautiful power of energy can come in and take it from you and can do these things and help transform you in miraculous ways that the 3D couldn't even explain, why would you not want to take that path and believe in that? That literally is a cheat code at the end of the day of just being like, you know what? I don't want to do the work. Do it for me, bitch. And let's get those results. And guess what? It happens. I'm not even saying you have to believe in some higher power, even believing in something like the law of attraction, like the law of assumption, just assuming that, you know, everything will always work out for me because everything always works out, because everything always works out for me, because everything always works out for me. Believing and affirming that even within the law of assumption and just giving that power away from someone else so that your energy is not constantly being stretched so thin between all these other things that you can't even perform very well anymore, that you can't even show up as your best self because your best self is all the way back in Iowa where you were doing those other 4 tasks. So choosing to kind of release that energy and kind of cut ties with all those different strings that you are holding on to every single second of the day makes you feel better. It makes you feel lighter. It releases this constant feeling of burning out and of constantly trying to juggle 40,000 things and having a task list that you don't even want to look at because it pisses you off because of the 80 freaking things on it. To choose there and to give that power away to something else. If you also want to do some other cleansing ritual, have some Palo Santo, get some sage in your life, do some damn crystals if you damn want to, visualize water cleansing your system, do a guided meditation if you damn please, but something to cleanse the energy out of you and to get it away from your body and your spirit and your soul. Because lingering energy, holding on to something that is stale and is no longer serving you, holding on to something that might not even be yours, that might not even be your energy to begin with, that you got from someone else, from an energy exchange, from a contract that you signed, from anything that you did in your life, get rid of it so that you can have this freedom, have this space, have this cleansed energy to evolve, to grow, to transform, and not feel like you are stuck in this constant cycle of depression, of continuity, of sitting there and being burnt out every single day that you wake up. It's depressing. And that's going to lead you down that path that I just started at the beginning of this video, getting some illness in your body. And we don't want that. We don't want that. No, we don't. We want to be happy. We want to be free. Another thing that I think is extremely important that I think we just naturally as a society kind of just like to dive headfirst into whenever there's anything wrong in our life is understanding that the media and the food and the people that you are associating with and consume on a daily basis really plays a lot into your energy. If I lined up 10 people right now on a row. Let's say actually 4 people, because 10 is a lot. And I gave you those 4 people, and I was like, okay, this first person overindulges on TikTok, scrolls for 8 hours all the time, eats nothing but junk food, and is literally always in their room. And they hang out with friends that are all drama, negativity, pessimists, not really doing anything with their life, hate the world, hate the freaking system, whatever. The third person is sitting there being like, oh, I kind of dabble in some of those, but you know, like I'm a little bit more structured, but like I still love to scroll and binge, and I still love to eat junk food like every other day, whatever. Second person saying there being like, oh, you know, I don't really actually eat that junk food that much. I kind of have like a pretty good system. I don't really watch TikTok very often. If I do, it's like when I'm on the toilet or I'm sitting there being bored at my job, whatever. And then we have the first person, doesn't even indulge in any of that, doesn't even watch junk food, or God, doesn't even eat junk food, doesn't even watch TikTok, doesn't even have these systems where these stimulations and these energy exchanges are coming in on a daily basis. Literally is just pure energy, pure consciousness within themselves, and are operating off of their alignment. Out of those 4 people, can you guess which one is the most depressed? Can you guess which one is probably lying to themselves, saying that they're happy even though they are literally waking up in the morning being like, I hate world, I hate the life, I hate everything. Let me guess. Become more aware to the media that you are indulging in. Listening to sad music, guys, it's not serving you. Listen, girls, I love to be in my feels. I love to sit there and blasting my Billie Eilish and sit there and be like, oh my God, God is reminds me of when we love. Guys, I know all the lyrics to all those songs. Okay, of course I do. Because, you know, I still do like to be in my feels sometimes. However, being in your feels is a one-time treat. It is something that you get to indulge in. It is something that you get to embody once every other week, once a month, once a quarter of the year. Once when your life literally has fallen to shambles and you are not happy anymore. Depressing music is lowering your vibration. It's literally giving you subliminal affirmations that are reprogramming you into scarcity, into depression, into love is evil and toxic, into I hate everything in this world sucks and people are crap and blah, 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 blah. If you want to sit there and believe in subliminals, which is the belief that, you know, like these affirmations that are below the conscious threshold of our perception will reprogram your mind, then you need to also believe that listening to depressing music is also reprogramming your mind in a very negative and depressing way. So, I'm sorry guys, get rid of Adele, get rid of Billie Eilish, get rid of Benson Boone, all these depressing little artists that are sitting here whispering in your ear like, I hate the world, you could have been the greatest. But you weren't. And you weren't, and that was sad, and we healed and processed and moved on 2 years ago. So why are we still thinking about that? Why are we still blasting songs and being nostalgic over the friendship X breakup that happened a year and a half ago? No. Doesn't serve us anymore. Lastly, guys, it is just being more intentional with what you are doing with your energy. Are you operating from a neutral standpoint? Are you operating from a standpoint where you are constantly taking, and constantly harboring all that energy inside of you and not letting it go and not allowing it to flow through you and just leave eventually? Or are you also pouring so much of your energy into everything else? Into all these people that you're trying to fix, into constantly giving therapy to all of your millions of friends, into constantly sitting there and being like, oh my God, Jessica across the room, you're struggling, so let me come over there and talk to you for 4 hours about your boyfriend that we all know is toxic, that even you know is toxic, but you won't break up with because of your attachment style. So let's talk about that for 4 hours, and then I'm gonna feel energy, and I'm gonna feel drained, and I'm gonna literally want to probably stab you by the end of it because of your idiocracy. Become aware of your energy, guys. Become aware of what you're doing. For me, when I was in this depressive episode that I was in, I was overindulging. I was literally just letting my energy fly free. And I was literally letting it go to wherever I felt like it needed to go. And that is good for a couple of days, but then after a while, you need to grab it by the damn reins and be like, no. We are guiding it in the way that we want. Because when you are in this depressive episode, everyone thinks that, you know, like when you are doing your best, when you are thriving, that is when, you know, you need to grab it by the reins and be disciplined and like ride off into the sunset. But that is not true. The times that I believe you need to be the most disciplined are when you are in the most depressive episodes, when you are in the worst stages of your life, because that is the time where the most damage, the most illnesses, the most suffering and torment for you and everyone around you can come out of. So you need to be disciplined in that moment, and you need to grab it by the reins, and you need to sit there and be like, I am not going to let myself spiral. I am not going to let myself go into this mode of constantly digging deeper into these holes of depression and sadness and freaking blasting Adele every moment of my life, because I don't want that for me. And I don't want things to just get worse. And I don't want to grab the shovel and constantly keep digging and digging and digging. I want to get out of it, and I want to be happy, and I want to live the life that I want to live, and I want to have and experience the things that I want to do. And I don't want to be sick, and I don't want to get this illness in a couple days from now because of how much I am burnt out and exhausted. I don't want that. And I don't want that for the people that I love. I don't want them to have to watch me exist and go through that. I don't want their pity. I don't want their constant being of like, oh my God, are they okay? Like, are we, like, should we call someone? No. I want to be good. I want to be living my best life. The best revenge is not getting revenge on other people. It is being and living your best life, guys. Because 5 years from now, when those people are looking at you that did that to you, that you are constantly crying over, that you're constantly having drama with, and they see you thriving, they see you successful, they see you living your best life, trust me, guys, you don't even need to argue with them at that point, because they know that you're better. They know that you're living your best life. They know that you are doing everything you need to be doing. And what are they doing? Still lying in their bedroom, complaining about something that happened in high school 4 years ago. Not today. Thank you guys very much for watching. That is going to be it for the end of this video. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. This one was very fun to make. I honestly kind of love talking about like the spiritual energy woo-woo side of things because I think it's really important. I think it's not talked about enough in modern day society. So anyways, guys, I hope that you guys found this video educational. If you did not, I at least hope you found it entertaining. And yeah, sorry for my voice. I'm still very congested. In fact, I will probably be destroying the tissue box near me once I'm done filming this. But yeah, guys, I hope you have a great day and an even better life, and I will see you all in the next video. Have a good one.